The other type of brush is called a pin brush you can use on it. And this helps get closer down to the skin, but it doesn't totally take out the undercoat. It works with making it more pretty and fluffy, okay? But this is a brush that you never want to use without water. Pin brushes, when you make them fluffy and make them pretty, if you use them without water, it'll break the long fur off again. So you squirt them down a little bit, just mist them, and then brush them. And with this again, you want to brush up.
Misting's good anyway. You can mist them every day, a couple times a day.
It puts some moisture down into their skin. So weeds a lot of times will do what's called line brushing, where see how I start a line, brush it up, put a little bit of water down there, you're just misting, brush up some more. And if you have a dog, which tries are notorious for, they have flaky skin, or a dog that's been malnourished that has dry skin, then you want to use like a moisturizer. There's a difference between a shampoo, conditioner, and a moisturizer. A moisturizer is going to put moisture back in the skin. Conditioner only coats the coat. Okay? It doesn't put moisture in the skin. So you can talk to your vet about moisturizers. You can go to the pet stores and they have some good moisturizers. Avon Skin So Soft is another good thing to put some moisture into the coat. Take a capful of the Skin So Soft oil to a gallon of water. It doesn't take a lot of oil because they get too greasy. But you mix it up, shake it up in your bottle, and then as you're brushing, and you do your little line brush, and then you squirt them down with that because it gets close down to the skin. Okay? The other thing moisture does, if you're going for pictures or someplace special, it gives them some fluff to their fur so they look more beautiful than they already are. So that helps make them stand up. Alright? My mom tends to, she brushes with the pin brush daily. I brush a lot of times at night watching the news. I'll take a dog and I'll brush through them with a slicker brush at night.
But I always go through with this slicker first, and then I use the pin brush with water.
Now remember, when you go against the layer of the fur, it helps pull out undercoat. Then to make them beautiful, then you brush them back in place.
Yeah, but it's streaking like, you know.
She says, whatever.
That more sable came out in there.
Now, for the feathering on the legs, I go back to, well, if they're old dogs, you know, really that's not a bad idea. They don't have to have that long feathering. You can trim it. I would trim it totally off, but I trim it down for my older dogs. Even in the pants too, I'll trim them down, but just trim them even, kind of even up. That way they mat less. I would go back, a lot of times I'll use a giant comb, a giant tooth comb for that. And again, I don't start trying to do the whole thing. I brush it up, I comb it up, and then I do little sections, little sections at a time to help cut through some of those mats that get in there.
What are you doing?
Nipping the butt. Get down here.
Hey, my featherling looks very good.
And the tri-collies have a silky coat, if you notice, different than the sables. They're much more silky.
A lot of times the puppies too, right in front of the top of the leg, they tend to what I call feather. So it is. It looks like exactly. It's exactly.
Oh!
See?
Need a bigger.
Now this table's big enough. She just has to learn where her footing is. And you know, that just comes, all dogs, especially puppies, when I teach puppy class, I teach them to stand on a table. Because they have to learn their footing. That's a partly confidence building, I know. And part of it is just learning where their body is.
I think I bend a lot of my brushes from grooming on the floor. I do that a lot because I hit the floor when I come down on it. If you notice your little needle pins get bent.
And this is much easier on your back if you got them up a little higher.
She's got, even though her undercoat looks very good, she is losing some undercoat. Alright.
Can you see in the pet stores the pin brushes with little knobs on the end?
Oh yeah, the knobs and pin brushes, bad. It tangles, it helps tangle, and it'll rip their fur out. Yeah. The best place to get nice brushes is dog shows, and there's 1 in 2 weeks up here in Delaware at the fairgrounds. A lot of the dog show vendors carry really nice brushes. Pet stores, they carry generic stuff. What's that? Pet Fetch you can order from too. They have a great online magazine where you can get it mailed to you through the mail.
Last week, and then he rubbed it so much he busted all the stitches. So we had to take him back to the vet. And
Now, here's another trick. If you say your dog has had a bath, but they're a little bit, you're taking them somewhere you don't want to smell. You can take just regular baby powder,
2 days later,
pull up their fur,
you're being awful annoying.
just sprinkle it in there,
You know that?
and it does 2 things.
I know you want to be the center of the picture.
It whitens them, and it makes them smell better. Then just brush it through. If they're really stinky, you can use shower powder too. And people go, "Oh, your dog smells so good."
Is that what you think?
And then you want to brush it in because you don't want to go and have a bunch of it fly out. And it doesn't take much. It's just to brighten them up a little bit. Or say they've been out playing in the mud, you clean their feet off. I'm going to put you on the grooming table next.
Go ahead. You go right ahead.
You don't want to.
But I want you to sign that waiver first if he bites you.
Hey, believe me, he is a challenge.
Are you serious? He will bite
Really,
you.
he is bad.
Okay.
I fostered him 5 months.
How old is he?
He is
6.
He's about 6.5.
He is tough.
Oh my gosh.
He's already going nipping.
He's
He knows.
So, what I would do with him,
We need our paint brush.
you need a muzzle for
She's telling me to brush.
start at his butt,
All right.
or you come up here and feed him.
Me too.
because he's tough. I never had one such a problem as him.
Take some food, take some Biljack, put it with his food. Does he like to eat?
He doesn't eat that much. He
No.
doesn't have that much of an
He's a
appetite.
grazer.
He grazes.
Are you a grazer?
He likes his biscuits.
He's doing great now.
Yeah.
Just like a kid, make a liar out of the parent.
They just gotta distract him.
Happens.
He's the only dog I ever had that got no finger to be brushed.
Oh, I'm in. Just
That's some
Well, no, I had one. I had him for birth, and I had no idea why he hated to be brushed. He hated it. I'd sit on him. I'd sit on the ground,
One time,
and
I
I'd
think
put
he
my
was
leg
depressed.
over top of his head, over top of his shoulders, and he and I would sit and brush. But
Well, this will be amazing.
it was
Yeah.
Jack's.
Give us your name after.
Well, wait a minute, but we have 2 people here. Who's got 2 people? I would
Pardon?
do him, and there was just me to do him.
Well, but it's hard. It is hard. It is with the dogs that hate to be brushed. It takes 2
He
people.
growled and snarled and
Snapped and everything
oh
else.
yeah, he's like, oh.
And he will bite you.
I totally have heard what you're saying.
The mesh muzzle to put in.
I know.
Me too.
This helps if you have 2 people.
Although, you know, I could do him for a little bit.
He give you a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, and then no more.
He's going to go right off that tail.
But you know what? At that point in time, then what you do a little bit. You do 1 section.
Oh,
So
that's what I
today,
did.
I do 1 leg.